And I'm going to open up to questions, but I just want to say thank you for being here, covering our game. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Coach, just thoughts from tonight's game?
Oh, well, it was a great team effort, for sure, you know, getting everyone in the game. And, you know, obviously preseason game, we still have a lot to work on, but I'm just proud of the fight, the effort from both this young lady to my left, the leader on our team to my right. And so it was, I'm just extremely proud of them.
Coach, to see Jaelyn, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't, I'm sorry, but I'll listen.
Even with Jaelyn having the game that she had today, is that something you saw coming from her in training camp, or what's impressed you the most both today and since she's been with the team?
Yeah, I mean, Jaelyn has really stood out in practice, not only by me and the staff, but her teammates as well. But you know, this is a long process. We've been watching Jaelyn for a while, so I got to give Greg Bibb credit for bringing in a great group of players, whether it be draft or training camp invitees. And so I knew what she was capable of, and what I love about it is before she came, I told everyone that she was going to be that X factor, and she hasn't disappointed. I think I told you that.
Hey Coach, how difficult is it to, you know, select your roster with only one preseason game? How hard is it for you guys to?
I pray a lot, for sure, but the good thing that it's not my decision, it's Greg Bibb's decision. But I tried to get everyone in. Lou was a little bit different because Lou just arrived. She just did her cardiac testing this morning, and so it was a little different, but you're right. We've had 4 practices, and then, like I said, I tried to get everyone in the game. I wish we had one more. Unfortunately, we don't, so we'll just have to get back in. We'll call our practices the bright lights and the big stage, and continue to strive to cut down our roster. No, you want to borrow mine? You can.
All right. Did Jaelyn's presence here, the fact that there's 600 people, change this from a preseason game and felt that there's something wrong with the intensity of the team?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, obviously she's a great player and she's bringing a huge fan base from college, and you know, we appreciate that. I think the whole WNBA does, but at the end of the day, this game doesn't matter. It's not going to be on anybody's stat sheets. It's just, you know, the first game of the season to get both of our feet wet. It's like a glorified scrimmage, we've been saying. So, you know, it was a great fan base, and this is, you know, kind of what's going to be going on throughout the whole WNBA, but at the end of the day, this game, you know, won't count for anything.
Fran Harris, Dallas Wings. Question for Jaelyn. Hey y'all. Question for Jaelyn. Jaelyn, you came into a training camp with a team that was one game from being in the WNBA finals. What was your mentality coming in? You look like you've been with this team for years, honestly, the way you played tonight.
I mean, I have to give credit to my teammates. They welcomed me with open arms and have just gelled very well with them from the start. And that's, like I said, credit to them. They were just very open and welcoming, and they just got me right into the gel of things.
We have a question on the Zoom. Blake Spardo.
Now I'm off. I'm cut off.
Wanted to ask you, what did you think of Caitlin Clark's performance, and also your teammates J.C. Sheldon and Jaelyn Brown?
Like I said before, she's a great player. Had a amazing, you know, college career, and like I said, she's bringing a lot of fans to WNBA, and it was just a game, you know, it doesn't count, but, you know, I think we've seen, you know, what she's been doing in college all along, and she's going to have a great career. I know she's going to have a great rookie year, but I'm just glad we got the W.
Look, I brag on Greg Bibb, and he walks in the door. See how
Coach, kind of going off that question, can you talk about what you thought you guys did defensively? Especially in the second half, Caitlyn had 16 points in the first 20 minutes, and then it was held to only 3, I think, or 5.
Yeah, they had 5. She had 5 points. Look at me. She had 5 points in the second half. Yeah, I think we were a little too passive in the first half. I think we were trying to get some momentum going on the defensive end. We always talk about stealing the other team's practice time away from them, making them do something different, and they did that in the second half. It was just more of communication increase, the intensity level, and the will to win.
Coach, I'm sure you've been asked this before. Obviously, you've been in the game a long time. How do you explain everything with the atmosphere in a preseason game?
Yeah, that's, I get this question all the time, and, I've been doing this for 30 years, and to just see how the game has grown and just the excitement around women's basketball, I'm honored, grateful, proud to be going on this journey with this team, with this organization, and I got to give credit to these players. I mean, they're putting a great product on the floor, and it's something that people are excited about. So when I drove up to the arena today and seeing the line of Dallas Wings jerseys waiting 2.5 hours early at the front door, I knew this is going to be special. And so I got to give credit to our fans. They show up, drive long time in traffic to get here, and work very hard to buy season tickets and single game tickets. And like I said, I can't say enough about those individuals. So our game is growing, and it's exciting. They deserve it.
Jaelyn, could you reflect on, over here,
Thank you.
could you just reflect on what this moment has meant to you to be able to go out into this sort of setting in front of so many eyeballs on this game in particular, and to play your basketball and maybe introduce yourself to some fans who weren't familiar with your game before?
Great question. I just try and treat it as any other game. I go out there, I've been playing for so long. I mean, the crowd was amazing. Like, it's a little different overseas a little bit, but it's the same game. So I just come out there with a calm composure and just do what I can do.
Questions for Arike. When you hit game-winning shots, how are you able to stay confident even in the midst of, if it's not going, you're going for 40 this day?
I mean, I had a horrible shooting day, but that's why it's a team. That's why it's not golf. And, people like Jaelyn and the rest of the team, they kept it together. And, I was able to come in at the end and, hit that three, the only three I hit of the game, actually. But it's basketball, you just got to shake that off and, keep shooting. I think just coaches and players, having confidence in me, and that gives me confidence in myself to keep shooting, no matter what. So, like I said, I'm just glad we got the W.